foreign interference and protection of pro-Khalistan Canadian Sikhs. As we mark the third year of assassination of Shaheed Hardeep Nijjar on June 18, 2023 in Surrey, British Columbia, we urge your administration to uphold a fundamental principle of international relations, sovereign accountability, and proceed bilateral trade negotiations. Prime Minister Carney, your government should not trade national sovereignty or the safety of pro-Khalistani Canadians for commercial, mineral, and economic agreements with the very regime of Modi that engineered the assassination of Shaheed Nijjar on Canadian soil and still continues to orchestrate assassination plots against pro-Khalistani Sikhs. Number one, primacy of sovereignty over commercial engagement. Canada's foreign policy is fundamentally compromised when economic deals are actively pursued with the Modi government that engaged in assassinations, spy network, espionage, and hostile operations within Canada. Proceeding with bilateral trade advancements with Modi's regime, while the assassination of Canadian citizen Shaheed Nijjar remains unresolved at the level of the state. That signals that territorial integrity and safety of Canadians can be subordinated to economic expediency. This should not happen. Sixth by Justice formally requests that Canadian government establish an unyielding policy framework, making verified state accountability by the Modi government non-negotiable prerequisite to any future trade discussions. Number two, criminal accountability for officials implicated in transnational repression. Government of Canada must move beyond diplomatic expulsions and pursue criminal accountability for officials alleged to have participated in planning, facilitation, intelligence gathering, and logistics support connected to the assassination of Shaheed Hardeep Singh Nijjar. The expulsion of Indian diplomats from Canada does not constitute justice. More needs to be done. Diplomatic removal merely relocates individuals beyond Canadian jurisdiction while leaving unresolved serious allegations relating to foreign interference, transnational repression, and political violence on Canadian soil. The Government of Canada should direct all available law enforcement and prosecutorial resources towards pursuing criminal charges against former Indian High Commissioner Sanjay Kumar Verma, former Consul General Manish, and former Research and Analysis Wing official Kanwaljit for their alleged role in providing intelligence, logistics support, facilitation, and operational assistance connected to the assassination of Shaheed Hardeep Singh Nijjar. This demand is supported by the evidence, public findings reported by Canadian intelligence agencies, assessments contained in the Five Eyes Intelligence Cooperation, and evidence submitted in the United States federal proceedings arising from the murder for hire conspiracy targeting Sixth by Justice General Counsel Gurdwara Singh Pannoon, in which an Indian Research and Analysis Wing operator has been charged by the US authorities and remains wanted by the FBI. Canada cannot claim to uphold the rule of law while the individuals alleged to have participated in, facilitated, directed transnational repression and assassination operations remain beyond the reach of criminal accountability. Number 3, diplomatic impunity and the active intelligence network. The facts established by Canadian law enforcement confirm that India has systematically weaponized its diplomatic presence. While Canada previously expelled High Commissioner Sanjay Kumar Verma and 5 other diplomats in October 2024, after they were formally designated as persons of interest in assassination of Shaheed Hardeep Singh Nijjar, extortions, violent coercion, hostile infrastructure of Indian diplomats remains active still under your administration's watch. We formally state that current Indian High Commissioner Dinesh K. Patnaik We formally state that current Indian High Commissioner Dinesh K. Patnaik, alongside the Consul General in Toronto, Mahavir Singhvi, activated as an operational research and analysis wing official, continued to pursue and oversee assassination plots and surveillance of Khalistan Referendum activists on Canadian soil. Sovereign violation. Under diplomatic cover, Indian consul staff continue to abuse their status to gather actionable intelligence and maintain surveillance on pro-Khalistani Canadian Sikhs. Criminal syndication. Documented evidence establishes that intelligence is directly channeled to transnational criminal network to execute targeted violence operations and extortions inside Canada. Once again, your attention is desired. Documented evidence establishes that intelligence is directly national criminal networks to execute targeted violence operations and extortions in Canada. Institutional subversion. Rather than cooperating with law enforcement, High Commissioner Patnaik has publicly attacked the credibility of RCMP, CISIS, and Canadian journalism using his platform to dismiss documented intelligence as fantasy and shielding the accused architects of murder conspiracy behind diplomatic immunity. Number 4, continuing threat environment against Khalistan Referendum activists. Assassination of Shaheed Hardeep Singh Nijjar did not end the threat posed to Khalistan Referendum activists in Canada. Following the assassination of Shaheed Nijjar, Canadian law enforcement agencies continued identifying serious threats against pro-Khalistani Sikhs. RCMP offered witness protection measures to Khalistan Referendum organizer Inderjeet Singh Gosal following concern relating to his security. Canadian authorities also issued duty to warn notification to Khalistan Referendum activist Narinder Singh Randhawa. Further, duty to warn notifications were reportedly provided to Mahinder Singh and members of his family, including his wife and children, reflecting the seriousness with which Canadian authorities viewed potential threats directed at pro-Khalistani Sikhs. These developments demonstrate that assassination of Shaheed Nijjar was not viewed by Canadian authorities as an isolated incident, but as a part of a broader threat environment affecting Khalistan Referendum activists and supporters across Canada. The continuation of these threats raises serious questions regarding the ongoing activities of Indian diplomatic, intelligence, and proxy networks operating within Canada and their impact on safety and security of Canadian citizens. Geopolitical double standards in national defense. The current posture of your government represents a severe departure from the standard national security and foreign policy protocols. Hostile foreign actors such as Russia, China, Iran have routinely been placed under sweeping economic and diplomatic sanctions by Canada for foreign interference and cyber operations. Yet, none of these authoritarian nations have ever executed the extrajudicial assassination of Canadian citizens on Canadian soil. By contrast, India's Modi government has physically violated Canadian sovereignty, assassinated Khalistan Referendum organizer and president of Surrey Gurdwara, Shaheed Hardeep Singh Nijjar, and pursuing assassination plots against pro-Khalistani Sikhs, exploiting info vulnerabilities and Canadian networks. Yet, your government continues to pursue trade reset, treating a state sponsor of transnational terrorism, India's Modi government, as a preferred economic partner. Trade deals with India is a catastrophic failure of constitutional duty. Number 6, formal notice. The Act Transnational Kill List. This is the active transnational kill list. 6 Justice formally notifies your office that Modi government continues to actively pursue a coordinated kill list targeting Khalistan independence activists. 6 Justice be personally delivering the specific details of the active kill list directly to Canadian intelligence and law enforcement agencies in the coming few weeks. We expect these agencies to act on this kill list to be made public without political interference, fulfilling their explicit statutory duty to warn and protect pro-Khalistani Canadian Sikhs. PM Carney, your government cannot legally or morally pursue trade while the pro-Khalistani Canadian citizens are under surveillance and targeted for assassinations. Number 7, legal recourse and poetic justice. This letter serves as an underlying reminder of historical precedent of the Sikh Panth, means collective Sikh people. When sovereign state fails to uphold the rule of law, the collapse under geopolitical pressure and trade accountability for commerce and institutional vacuum is created. History dictates that when formal legal mechanisms fail to deliver justice for state-sponsored atrocities, poetic justice is pursued by the Sikh nation. The Panth, Sikh people as a whole, has never submitted to tyranny, nor will it accept the pacification of trade negotiations, while the planners and current operators of Shaheed Nijjar murder walk free on the streets. Actionable statutory and policy demands to ensure national security aligns with the rule of law. 6 Justice calls the Government of Canada to implement the following institutional measures. Initiate criminal investigations, and where evidence permits, prosecution against former Indian High Commissioner Sanjay Kumar Verma, former Consul General Manish, and former R&AW official Kanwaljit for their alleged role in providing intelligence, logistic support, facilitation, and operational assistance connected to the assassination of Shaheed Hardeep Singh Nijjar. Accountability before trade rules. Implement a formal cabinet directive freezing all bilateral trade working groups and economic dialogues with India until full judicial accounting of Modi government's complicity in Nijjar assassination is completed. Expansion of sanctions framework. Apply targeted financial and travel sanctions against specific Indian intelligence and diplomatic officials linked to the assassination of Hardeep Singh Nijjar and other involved in transnational repression. Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Jury.
Thank you. Prosecution.